to go to the dentist today and get a root canal. So my face is like this because I'm still numb. Isn't this smile nice?
Oh my God, I love it. Why didn't you put a bright lipstick on with it?
I can't feel my lips.
You couldn't give a blowjob tonight if you tried, huh?
Not that I would want to, but definitely not. Definitely not. No.
Oh my goodness. Well, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome back to Jeff Lewis Obsessed, where we recap Jeff Lewis live every night, even when there's shows like Friday and Today, where we just are so mind fucked, right? I'm Sarah in Texas.
Yeah.
And who are you? Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the show. Kelly from California, Southern California. And again,
yes, welcome everyone. Welcome. Lots of fresh faces and lots of our chumpettes. We love the name chumpettes. Who came up with that? Pina. I love that.
If you like pina colada.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lasuva. I am a trooper. I'm trying to get it done.
Absolutely. Are you going back to school tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm so glad though that your tooth will be feeling better though.
Yeah. As long as the infection's out, then I'm good. I'm on antibiotics. We're on the road to recovery. Hi, Marby.
Good.
Mary.
Oh my gosh. Okay. For the first time ever, we had to recap on Saturday because of both of our schedules. Of all days, I'm listening to the show Friday out of the blue. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I do not understand how Jeff can seem like everything's okay. And now we learned today they've been on pause since last Tuesday when they went to couples counseling.
Right. And I'm trying to remember back because I don't remember him giving any indications that anything was wrong Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, right?
No. I mean, if anything, Thursday, I definitely remember that Jeff was talking about, like, there's certain shows that he loves to watch with Chef Stu.
Mm-hmm.
And like The Patient and the other one, and that this Jeffrey Dahmer is not for Chef Stu because it's too dark for him. I don't really remember Tuesday and Wednesday, but Tuesday is when they went to couples counseling and they had the issues, and Jeff kind of brought it up apparently. And so Wednesday and Thursday is the only days we would have listened to him and known that now that they had some issues going on. So just crazy. Somebody said, and our DMs have blown up. Everyone like us doesn't have a lot of people in person to chat about all this stuff with. Mm-hmm. Obviously, no one cares as much about Jeff Lewis's life as much as Jeff Lewis fans, right?
Right.
And most of us have no Jeff Lewis fans in real life to chat about all of this with.
Exactly.
So when something like this goes on and there's a breakup or a shakeup or a pause, we're just dying to talk to each other. So
yes,
especially chat away. You can hit the question button in the bottom if you want to send a question. If we don't answer your comment or question at all, maybe it just went up too high, say it again. But anyways,
what was I going to say? I think also it was really cool that we got to do the show on Saturday because it kind of gave us a minute to adjust to not being able to talk or hear them on the radio until Sunday. So talking about it helped on Saturday.
Yeah. And by the time we did the show Saturday, it was noon my time where I was at, because I happened to be in Georgia. But nothing else had happened. A lot of stuff happened Saturday, apparently, behind the scenes, where Chef Stu unfollowed Jeff, which we don't pay attention to all that stuff. As much as people think we're the fanatics, other people send us the DMs out the wazoo of letting us know that
because I never think to check
that he unfollowed. I would never think. Now, Jeff's is easy, like we talked about, because he only follows 26 people. So that's actually easy to notice if he's only following 25 at one point, or you know what I mean?
Right.
And now that I know Chef Stu had an emotional moment, I'm assuming, and even Fortune today said probably it was like, he'd had a couple of cocktails,
Right. You're just doing something impulsive.
Yeah. And after Friday's show, if that were you, wouldn't you be doing some knee-jerk reactions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, not only that, if especially since they weren't really talking or on
Right,
pause since
Fluffy.
Tuesday, and then hearing that on Friday, oh yeah, that would, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
The unfollowing is so immature. You know what it is, but I've done that before. My face. I've done that before too. I know it's like I want to cover this part. I've done that before too, and you're not thinking rationally at that time. You're just reacting out of emotion. So
Well, and honestly, I'm sort of surprised it took till Saturday. I mean, the show is on at 9 a.m. California time. And
right,
I don't know exactly what time. What time did we get the first DMs? We got DMs, I swear, within minutes of it happening. And
yeah.
then someone else told me later that it had actually happened earlier and other people were just now noticing. So,
Mm,
anyways, but then yesterday, sometime he refollowed him. He probably, thought about it and was like, this is not whatever. I don't know who wants to be with who. I don't know if either one of them want to be together. They certainly seem to have fun together. Jeff
mhm,
certainly seems to be so happy when he's with him.
right.
Um, but if they've got issues to work on, they've got issues to work on.
Yeah.
Brandy says, I don't even know who I'm following. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. But
Fluffy,
I'm
look,
glad that
look at
people pay
Fluffy's
attention.
comment. The one side of your face represents the feelings before Friday's show, and the other side is afterwards. Absolutely.
There.
I mean, the one thing I know is from the Facebook groups and the messages on Instagram and the DMs that we get, there is a strong feeling about Chef Stew. I would say it's probably 85 to 90% I would say it's 100% that love Chef Stew. I would say it's 85 to 90 that think if they should just be better off as friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I agree. And I don't know what that's going to be. I mean, thanks, Fluff.
Oh, Fluffy. So nice. So
You know
nice.
what's funny though? When Jeff was like asking Fortune, he said something like, when you get really angry and you call people names, right? And Fortune, she was just like, no, most people don't call people names when they're angry.
But I mean, mind blowing that he's like, oh, I've done this my entire life. And now I've had a little inkling of it done to me because I
Yes.
fucked up on Friday and said some bullshit shit on the radio. But anyways, but for him to be like, now that I feel it on my side, I'm
Right.
realizing how hurtful it is and how hard it is to get over that.
But I'm like, what did he say? Like, I can't even say the F word. You're an effing asshole. Like, I don't understand. What's the label that could be so bad? You're a dick. I mean, I don't know. It was like, I don't know. I don't get really offended if somebody calls me this a cunt or an asshole because I don't think it's very creative. And so I'm like, whatever. I don't know if Jeff feels that way. You know what I mean?
I don't know what Stu called him. If he called him anything, I feel like Jeff could also, I think when I'm upset, my perception of what really is going on or what somebody might have said to me could be different. And it sounded
Absolutely.
like nobody ever called Jeff. It sounded like they had either seen each other in person because he said in person, but we know he's talking about since last Tuesday also.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's talking about they've been on pause since last Tuesday. So they've been working on some issues.
Yeah.
Fortune Feimster, what is the deal with every time she comes up, it's something about a pause with Jeff or something with Scott, something about a relationship. She's probably the best guest that could have been there today, her and Megan. Don't you agree?
Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I don't think it would have gone the same with Zach and Jackie.
No, I'm not even sure he would have felt comfortable enough to bring it up at all.
At first, though, you saw how he tried to glide right over it. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. And then Fortune's like, well, wait a minute. Are you going to gloss over it? Are you going to tell us what happened?
Right. I mean, because even as her friend, as Jeff's friend, but all of us fans, I think he owed it to us. And I was serious whenever I made that Instagram story. I didn't even want a guest anymore today. I wanted, after Friday's show and after hearing that, they clearly had some issues. Hi, Kathleen. That Chef Stu unfollowed him and then Jeff found out about it. We've said that before. Jeff definitely knows what is going on in the fan groups and what is said on his Instagram posts. I don't know if he reads it personally, if he has that much time, but he's definitely got people that read it for him, and he gets a vibe on what's going on.
Yeah,
somebody
definitely.
says it seems like when things are going well with Gage, he starts to question his present relationship. I've seen that said a lot.
I don't think so. I think that's people just trying to grasp at straws. I think if anything, maybe when Jeff's with Gage, he starts to go, oh, this guy likes to stay at home. Oh, Stu doesn't like to do that. Oh, this guy's kind of settled and Stu doesn't like to do that. But I don't really think it affects their relationship. I don't.
Yeah, and I mean, Jeff has made it clear in several comments lately, especially today, about and what did he say Friday? What did he say just recently? Because I made a story about it. He said he was talking about whenever they went to the back to school dinner or that
Right?
thing at the school, and he was saying, yeah, Gage is kind of boring. Like he's
Yeah.
just kind of a fuddy-duddy. He goes, I kind
Yeah.
of like my Irish clown, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So I just don't think that Gage is an issue. I don't. I just don't.
Someone said Jeff needs someone his own age. I don't even know if he hangs out with hardly anyone his old age. I guess he does. Megan is
Megan
around the
does.
same age. Doug
Megan
is the same
does.
age. So
Yeah.
he does. Crazy, crazy. Hard work does my boss in Hawaii posted her work today. That was disrespectful. What was disrespectful? Jeff has a temper, but he's kept it down since he is a dad. He saw Stu angry and it scared him. I do think that Jeff's temper has gotten better since flipping out. I don't think we saw much of it on Hollywood House Lift. I think we hear about it a little more, but I definitely do think as Jeff has gotten older and the fact that he's a dad that, you know,
He's calmed down.
Yeah, for sure. And absolutely. But I think also someone was talking to me today about, oh, Michelle, I think Jeff likes to control all situations. That's been said a lot. Something happened in that parking garage.
I don't know
What's
what
the
that
parking
means either.
garage? Did Stu and Jeff break up? I just joined. They're on pause.
Oh, jeez.
They're on pause. Go back and listen to Friday's show or watch our recap that we posted on Saturday. What parking garage?
I was like, are you talking about Monroe's school? But there's not a parking garage there. So maybe he realizes Stu isn't right to be in Monroe's life. Maybe. Okay.
You know, that's one thing he never brings up, though. I mean, if anything, I think as a single, well, not a single dad, because I mean, Gage is equally involved. I think if that were a reason, that's a total reason to say something. You know what I mean?
Oh, Tower Bar, when they took Monroe out after.
Oh, that long ago?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Even if that was true, I don't think Gage wants to be with Jeff. I really don't.
Not even just to piss everybody off and say, like, I told you so. You know what I mean? Which I think would be a tiny part of Gage, for, you know what I mean? To be like, and don't get me wrong, they are both great dads. So any parent would want to be with the other parent for the sake of the kid, but you know.
Right. I don't see, I don't know, maybe I'm blind and I don't see what people see, but I just don't see it. I see that ship has sailed and sayonara.
You never hear Jeff say Stu is so good with Monroe. You know, they haven't talked about that in a long time either way. I know a long time they joked about she called him Chef Pooh or something like that. Hey, Chris. You know, sup. What else? Fortune was hilarious though. I think she kind of added the little
humor.
The humor that we all need. I definitely feel like, and according to the DMs I got, so many wanted to hear so much more from Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was really careful. He was really careful about what he was going to say.
Yeah. I mean, I just go back to 4th of July. He seemed very intent that they were broken up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does anyone else think Stu has used Jeff to increase his popularity? I mean,
no, because it started with Amy Phillips. It wasn't even Jeff.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a Housewives fan that's already written one cookbook. He's cooked for celebrities. He's been on TV. He's had TV shows, multiple. I don't think you fall in love and put yourself in your relationship out there
Right.
for that. I
Yeah.
feel like when he's on the show, you can see and hear the love. I just feel that way.
Yeah. No, we're not surprised they broke up, but we're disappointed.
I mean, I guess I can't keep being surprised because there's
Yeah.
been a couple of things. The 4th of July thing was pretty substantial, but then they seem to have gotten back together within like 24 hours. And then the Magic Castle thing, where Jeff was pretty upset with him, but he didn't say they were on pause at that point. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah. But I guess, and I joke about this all the time, and it has nothing to do with everything, but after Bill Cosby's situation,
yes.
It takes a lot to surprise me anymore, because that really surprised me. I mean, I know there are two different issues, but I'm saying nothing surprises me anymore.
I thought you were going to bring up Marry Me again.
No. Michelle says Stu is special and I can just feel it. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to know that me and Kelly are definitely Team Stu. Love him personally. He was so nice to us, as all the chumps were at the Amazon launch party, but he is just such a personable person, and so is Jeff. I mean, that was only the second time I'd met Jeff. And the first time I met him was at the meet and greet at the show. So that wasn't exactly the same thing. But at his launch party, you know, he really chatted with people like they were friends, not just fans. So, you know, we love them both, and I just want them both to be happy. It definitely makes me sad that Jeff can be go at someone so hard, at Chef Stu so hard, and then within a couple of days, it'd be all hunky-dory and fine. Like, that blows my mind. But there's a lot of tumultuous relationships.
Yes,
they are not the first to have a relationship like this.
And I think, and one of the biggest reasons I think this relationship is different, and I don't know what the future holds, is just that Stu's older. He is older than all the other partners that Jeff has had.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, and has been on TV. He has been on TV before. I can't even talk. I hate the way my face looks.
We should explain for all of you that are joining in. Kelly had a root canal about 2 hours ago, so she's still numb. So she doesn't normally look or talk or be puffy like this. We're on the Jeff Lewis diet for BravoCon, so we're all trying to eat air so we can look all cute at BravoCon. So
I've lost 5 pounds since Friday because I can't eat.
Fluffy says Jeff has been going after Gage and being disrespectful for years. I don't think most people will argue with that. Someone says, I think we all love Stu more than Jeff does. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think if Jeff did, like, even the stuff, we talked about this a little bit today, at the beginning of the show, whenever Stu's comment was in the beginning of the opening of the show, I was like, well, okay. You know, Stu started refollowing him yesterday. Maybe they've talked. Maybe things are going in a better direction, you know, because we know the music he plays, which we will talk about the music again. Fucking Ariana Grande, thank you, next. It was better than Friday's music, good Lord knows.
I know. I keep seeing people are saying maybe something happened in Napa. I really don't think anything happened in Napa. I think they were all really good and having a great time, unless something happened on a drive home. But it seemed like when they got back,
sounds like Tuesday was the deal. Tuesday at couples counseling was the beginning of the pause, for sure. But I just feel like if he wanted to end things, absolutely he would. He can absolutely make a decision to go back and forth or not. And they've definitely both made the decision to go back and forth. Do we think that Jeff has complained more about Stu than other boyfriends? You know what? The difference is, I think, is that the most recent one, and even in the beginning, when he was with Gage on Flipping Out, for years, they never mentioned Gage. And they were together 10 years. And
because
only
Gage didn't want him to.
Right.
Gage didn't want to be on TV. Scott.
It's very different because Stu came into his life promoting a book.
Yeah.
And so he already knew how to be on TV. He knows what it is to be talked about, that kind of thing. So to me, that's just so different. I feel like Jeff feels like he can say a little more because Stu has been on the radio with him and he's more
right
in that lifestyle, in that.
Yeah, and I was going to say also, Scott did not want anything to be discussed on radio. He didn't want it at all. Stu hasn't been that way, but it sounds like they're trying to establish boundaries of what you can and cannot say on the radio. That's what I think.
Jeff said Gage was very controlling, which is interesting to me because Jeff always comes off as the powerhouse to me, like the one that needs to be in control, needs to be, even like the fact that he always wants to drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Clearly he could have had it. I'm flipping out. He in Hollywood House Lift, he could have had his assistants drive for him. He likes to drive and he likes to talk and tell them like things to text or call, phone calls to be made, decisions to be done as he's driving. He likes to be in control of a lot of things, I feel like.
Yeah, and I don't think Gage was probably controlling in a different way. But I really think Gage was just kind of butting up to kind of what Stu's doing right now. Like, I don't like this. I don't want you like controlling everything.
Yeah, and I think even the last thing is I think the Magic Mountain thing, that was all about, even Jeff, I think, eventually said, I crossed a boundary. You know, we've had boundaries that we talk about. They said something about that with couples counseling, right?
Magic Mountain or Magic Castle?
Magic Castle.
I was like, what? They went on a date to Magic Mountain?
Hell to the no. We've already determined that Jeff is not a Disney dad, not a Disney gay. Shane is not a Disney gay.
He's not a roller coaster guy. In fact, when he was telling a story about Monroe and how he lost all the water in the pool from doing cannonballs, I was like, dude, you're back. How's your back today?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you know, that's kind of weird. He really hasn't talked about his back issues in a long time. What did y'all think about him throwing out all of this medicine? Why would you throw out Viagra? Do you think he's serious?
There's a proper way to dispose of medicine. I understand he didn't want to put the bottles in because that was just medical information.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't understand why he threw it all. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Even pain medication. Don't you think he could disperse that to the chumps? I had radiokeratotomy done in my 20s, right after college, and they gave me some kind of pain medication for it afterwards. Well, I have a very high pain tolerance. So I don't really need any of that stuff. And it usually upsets my stomach, like I vomit. Yeah. So the guys at work, I worked at Fox Sports, the guys at work wanted my pain medicine. So I gave it to them.
But you know what? I don't think
he's got lots of chumps that would love those pain medications, don't you think? Of
course. Like Brandy, I'm sure, is like flipping over right now. Why would you give away all that meds? But I don't think
Brandy, what?
Brandy, like she's flipping over, like saying, why did you throw those medicines away? But I don't think Jeff wants the chumps addicted to drugs.
Oh, well, that's true. But I mean, they talked about giving or sharing water pills, and those are, you know, prescriptions. I guess you don't get addicted to water pills, though.
No. Yeah, he hasn't talked about his UTI either. He's been kind of hush-hush.
Well, and he talked, a lot about the carpool, which you talked about again today, getting the darker tinted windows.
Yeah. I need to see. I want to see what this looks like, because I'm imagining there's this side of traffic that's going towards the school. There's this opposite people trying to cut the line. Is that what you're thinking?
I can't envision it either.
Okay.
I can't visualize you and I. You're a teacher now. I was a teacher for 5 years. I'm a mom for 20 years.
Yeah, we've all had carpool.
I've done a lot of carpool. I cannot think of the scenario of this. It's like he's going this way and somebody's coming in this way.
It seems like, yeah, they're trying to make a left when he has the right. And so I'm like, but it's real easy to block those people. I don't understand how it's so hard.
But like he said, there's no action. It's just chaos outside of the gates. And when they get in, it's all controlled. And
I'm sorry, they pay way too much not to have somebody from that school helping monitor those lines.
Absolutely. I agree.
And carpool is crazy, and school parking lots are crazy. I've seen people get in fights.
Oh my God.
Fights. Yeah, like moms that hated each other from when they were in school, and then it's so stupid.
How exciting. Jeff would be all over that. He'd be videoing that. He'd be so, remember on Flipping Out, whenever he would take pictures and he would have pictures of like the homeless people or whatever, he would make
he can't do that now.
Yeah.
He can't do that now.
That's hilarious, though. He would be so excited for that, though, don't you think? Like NASCAR, somebody said. I did like how he understands about the insults. I almost wondered when he said that if he can get over whatever he feels like Chef Stu said or did to him.
What could he have said? You're an effing asshole. You're a dick. You're pretentious. You're spoiled. You're a brat.
Nothing he hadn't heard before from fans.
You're not
people he's dated.
You're not
or probably his dad.
You're what? But is Todd like that? Todd is Tom like that? Yes, Tom like that. You think?
I think Tom, it sounds like, is very honest with him. He doesn't blow smoke up his ass. And I think if he thinks that Jeff is wrong in some situation, I think he absolutely tells him.
Yeah. I just know, like, if somebody called me like a typical cuss word, like I said, that wouldn't feel as bad. Now, if he said you're a controlling freak with a small little dick and a bad back, you old fucker, then I can understand. But
oh my God,
don't see Stu doing that.
If Stu said that he was old or he had wrinkles or or he was fat, oh my God, if he had a dad bod, that would be the worst thing Stu could ever say is you have a dad bod.
And you're going bald. And your balls are droopy.
Oh my God. Do you think Jeff will get that surgery one day? Don't they make that where they stitch up your balls when they're starting to droop?
Of course. He wanted to go get the eye surgery.
Yeah, for sure.
He would do anything to preserve the appearance of his genitals. That's my call.
Somebody said, is Stu the reason why Jeff is trying to not spend so much time with Shane?
Like, what do you mean? Like, because he wants to spend more time with Stu?
He made it very clear that they were kind of getting to be a codependent relationship. And the fact that Shane is 25 years old, he needs to be like going out with 25-year-olds and hanging out, whatever. Yet, when he actually does that and goes to a concert till midnight, which is not late, then he gets the next night, he tells them, we agreed on a time. And even Shane was like, no, we didn't.
I'm telling you, he needs to stop watching Jeffrey Dahmer. I love horror. I only got through 2 episodes, and you know I like some scary.
I barely got through one of that one.
And I was like, stop watching that show. It's giving you so much fucking anxiety. But I mean, I do want Shane to be safe, though.
Well, I do feel like what we talked about on Saturday, there's just been a lot of extra anxiety that I hear with Jeff. He seems extra tuned in to Shane being protected, Shane staying out late. Shane was partying until 4. That's why he got strep throat twice in 5 months, which I feel like he wants him home by midnight. Nothing good happens after. I mean, I say that to my teenagers because it's true. I know he's saying it because he has a good heart and he really does care for everyone. That's the hard part about all of this. As easy it is to get like a little perturbed at Jeff, he does this all with a good heart. He is only trying to protect himself from getting hurt. And I really feel like he doesn't want Shane to ultimately get hurt. Clearly, he doesn't want him to be Dahmer. He also doesn't want anything bad to happen, like somebody to roofie him or somebody to take advantage of him.
And those things do happen. I mean, even the Dahmer stuff aside.
And he's so hot and skinny and young and fresh, of course.
You could pick him up and put him over your shoulder. You want to talk about CatCon?
Oh my God. Do you think Jeff is really going to go?
I don't know. I mean,
just question real quick.
Did he say he bought tickets? I don't remember.
Camille, do you think Stu mentioned something about Gage and that's why Jeff is upset? I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think that it tripped out by Gage at all. I think Stu's just like, whatever.
Somebody says, why is nobody Team Jeff? It's not that we are Team Jeff as fans, clearly. Stu's only been in his personal, life since February. Well, professional life since about November, but his personal life since February. Olasuma says Team Jeff here. Hope Stu dates young now too.
We're all Team Jeff, but when we see something happening that he's destroying in making difficult for himself repeatedly, time after time. It's like, hey, this is a good one. Yeah, he does have issues, but it's like, you know, that's why I keep saying there's good stuff here.
Nobody's perfect. Everyone is always a work in progress. Hey, Dina. Yeah, let's talk about CatCon because you're going. I'm so jealous. I don't live in California and I can't fly out there real quick. I actually could probably, but
I wish someone would come with me. Orange Ginger Plus was here, but he ran away. Yeah, I just wish someone would come to CatCon with me. I hate doing it by myself.
Who all lives near? Oh, Valerie's kind of shy, so she probably wouldn't go. Who all lives in the LA area that would maybe go with Kelly? Someone normal, not a creep,
County,
you know.
Or Orange County or Inland Empire. Pasadena's super close. So
it's going to be in Pasadena, right? It's at the back.
Yes.
It's in Pasadena.
So I am so excited. Like I said, I have 2 cats. I love kitties. And I usually walk my cat Mateo. I would love to bring him to CatCon.
On a leash.
Yeah, on a leash, but I just know he's going to be a terror.
Sarah, go. I know. Be like, okay, husband, can I fly out to California again real quick? I know. I just got back from Georgia yesterday. Ugh.
And you got to say, Stu and Jeff broke up again, Brian. I got to go.
Exactly. I need to go hang out with Kelly again. If it was the summer, the summer and you were off, I probably would come out and go to CatCon with you.
Somebody's asking, I think the tickets are $20. You're in NorCal, to drive down right now. You'll be here in time.
Bring him in a carrier. Let's go ahead and promote Feimster.com. She's got a new Netflix schedule coming out, a show special coming out October 25th on Monroe's 6th birthday called Good Fortune.
Okay, so what's the show going to be called that she's the action person with Arnold?
I don't think they said the name, but it was interesting because it said it's a series. So it sounds like it's a Netflix TV show.
Is that what I was like, what? Arnold?
I know. An action flick with Fortune?
I think she'd be so funny. So funny. I would love to see.
I'm excited. I'm going to go back and watch. I've never listened to, what was it called?
Salty and Sweet.
Salty and Sweet. I've never watched that.
It's so funny. And like I said, I love Brenda. Tam.
I love it. I love the
Let it so be.
I loved the Instagram post you made about Brenda and the turquoise. That was great.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Love her.
I do think, again, that Megan and Fortune were the best. Jeff literally said that Stu embarrassed him when he was drunk. That's code for a problem. I don't remember him saying that. I remember him saying, if your partner got drunk and embarrassed you, but maybe I missed it. Maybe I misheard it wrong too. I don't know.
The only thing I ever heard of anything like that of talk of embarrassment was the Newport trip when Jeff got mad that he stayed up with somebody that was drinking.
That was the 4th of July. That was the breakup felt around the world.
That's the only time where I kind of got the vibe that he said embarrassed, but I mean, maybe I didn't hear it. Sweet and Salty. Yes, Sweet and Salty. It's so funny. I love, I was going to say Brenda Fortune.
Yeah. Why is Jeff so, like, I feel like he was really talking to Monroe, like having a serious conversation about her needing to, like, put him in a retirement community one day soon. He's only 52.
He's planting the seeds.
But she's 5 years old. It's like, don't stress her out with that.
I think he does everything with a joke. So maybe she's like, oh, he's just being silly.
Yeah. Let me talk about real quick, the guest this week changed a little bit. Like tomorrow, they added, I guess, or maybe didn't announce it last week. Zach Powers with Jackie.
Yeah, he never said Zach last week, but yeah, definitely today, Zach and Jackie are now together, which I think will be fun.
And then what he's done before is where he just says Jolie Fisher, but then it's also Megan. And then on Thursday, it's Carney Wilson. He only said, but it's also Doug. So he's done that before. That's not a big deal. And then Friday is Poland Patrick. And then he gave all the guests. I'm kind of shocked that he's got Andy Cohen. I figured Andy Cohen's going to be so freaking busy at BravoCon. I'm kind of shocked that he's going to do Jeff's show.
I'm not. It's good for Andy.
Oh, because it's Radio Andy?
Well, not only that, I think Jeff actually has a lot of fans and a lot of people that maybe Andy can't reach. And so it's just good publicity for Andy. Sorry.
So we fly in to New York October 13th.
Thursday.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if somehow we get to see Jeff walking down the street, getting a coffee?
Oh my gosh.
I would just die. We're definitely going to be going to Amy Phillips and Chef Stu's cooking demonstration Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. at BravoCon.
We have to look for the coffee guy at New York Sirius.
That he always says has a crush on him.
I want to get a picture with him.
Yeah, for sure. So Monday in New York he'll be there October 14th, 10th through 14th. Andy Cohen Monday, Dolores Tuesday, Margaret Josephs Wednesday, Luann Thursday. I love that. And Lisa Barlow on Friday.
Love it.
Oh, you think Stu blacks out? I'm not saying Stu is a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a great person. He also seems to have an alcohol problem where he blacks out and does things he regrets that hurt Jeff. Okay.
I've never heard.
I don't even know if they were joking, but I was kind of surprised that we'll wrap this up. For all of you that are somewhat new, we try to stay around 30 minutes, but it never happens. It's usually about 37 minutes. Yeah. And we put all the replays up. If you missed anything, the ones with the comments are up on YouTube. Called Jeff Lewis Obsessed, our YouTube channel, and then on our Instagram stories. But when Megan today said that she's a functioning alcoholic.
They all joke about that, though. They all joke about it.
That's and it's weird to joke about.
No, because you got to think about Jeff Lewis Live. They have the martini cup. That's the whole thing about drinking.
That's true.
And it's somewhat, I don't want to say irresponsible, but
well, I was just like, I mean, I know she kind of works for herself, as Megan Weaver Design or whatever.
Well, remember what happened to Jeff? He's made those comments, I'm a functioning alcoholic, and then he lost that alcohol deal. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
So people remember that, Megan, so be careful.
Yeah. She's functioning well if she's a functioning alcoholic.
She is. She's doing great.
Functioning well.
Sweetie, you're doing great.
Okay, you want to talk about music real quick, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll see everyone back tomorrow night.
First song was the Knox classic. He always likes the remix. I liked it. It's very dancey. It's very poppy. And then he threw us for a loop. Ariana Grande, Thank You Next.
Didn't like it.
It felt like a right
dig?
up the bum. Right up the bum.
Yeah, felt like a dig. I didn't like it. Liked it better than Friday's music. Friday's music, like literally in all the DMs I'm getting, like people even said in comments earlier, like they've been depressed, they've been like sad, they've had like a stomach ache. Like I might have lost a pound from all of this because I might be so anxious about hearing about every day. I'm worried about like what's going to happen. What's he going to say next? Is he going to say enough? Like today, I just don't feel like he really said enough. I wanted to hear more.
He was like this with what he was saying, and very strategic and very planned out and very almost unemotional. So I knew he was trying really hard.
Oh,
that's
extra careful with his words.
Because I think I'm sure he knows that Stu's not happy about Friday.
I mean, Stu makes no bones about that he listens to the show,
Yeah.
So they know that. Like didn't Scott call in one time, like during the show, and he was like, "Hello, I'm on the air."
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So Scott didn't even know anything, but Stu knows where he's at. I also think Jeff and Stu, they've said chat and text all day long.
Oh yeah.
I think I get the image. What I remember about Scott was just like, he's off doing his own thing, and Jeff was doing his own thing. And if they had time to get together, they did.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think him and Stu talk a lot. Yeah.
And so clearly he knows he probably listened to the show. And if not, I'm sure both of their DMs were blowing up since Friday. I can't even imagine.
We just get a fraction of what they get.
Oh, yeah. Our DMs, yeah. But people do tell us when they start unfollowing when Chef Stu unfollowed and when someone else did, when he followed it back again. So, thank you for sending this information. It makes our job even easier.
Yes, I was trying to see if I could get Gray Puss on here, but or Smoky Puss, but she's busy. Anyway.
Well, we will wrap it up. Everybody take a deep breath. Hang in there, whether you're Team Jeff and Stu, whether you think they should just be friends. We'd love to hear what you think. You can always comment during Instagram Live. You can send us a DM. And if you can't make the lives, just tell us what you want us to chat about, and we will or bring it up. Because sometimes I'll bring up really good stuff in DM and can't join live. We know one of our people that listen is in Scotland, so the time frame obviously doesn't work out for her now that it's 6 o'clock California time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, I see some Jeff and Stu. Team stuff. Bye, guys. Thanks.
See y'all